Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Luke. Today, I'll be talking about Barbie. So this past weekend, we had Barbenheimer, the double feature that no one knew that they needed. We had Barbie and Oppenheimer releasing on the same day. I'll be talking about both. I did participate in Barbenheimer and did the double feature in one day, and about 5 hours of being in the theater, but it was definitely worth it because I did like both movies, and we'll get into the likes and dislikes on both of them. But today we're going to start off with Barbie. So Barbie is directed by Greta Gerwig, who also wrote the movie along with Noah Baumbach, which, by the way, I'm a huge fan of Noah Baumbach, so glad to see that he was on the writer's chair here. And this one definitely has the all-star cast. Really, both of the movies do, and we'll get into some of that stuff as well. But the synopsis for Barbie, and this is coming off of IMDb, is Barbie suffers a crisis that leads her to question her world and her existence. So we have this movie that's basically split up into two different scenarios. We have the Barbie dreamland, and then we have the real world. So it's really cool how they set this up, because I think with the Barbie movie, you do get these moments that have it almost feel like Elf in a way. So if you've seen the movie Elf, you know that there's like the North Pole, and then Elf, Buddy the Elf, has to go into New York City. So we have some similar transition styles there, because there is the Dreamland, which they tease it to be in one country, and I'll try to keep this spoiler free the best I can, but they have kind of guidelines or rules in order to travel from the Dreamland into the real world and back. So it's really fun, it's really silly, but it definitely works. But the intro into this Dreamland was so much fun, because we get so many cast. I'm looking at the list right now. There's so many actresses that come in to play Barbie. I mean, you've got Margot Robbie, you've got Issa Rae, Alexandra Shipp, Anna Cruz Kanye, Dua Lipa, which Dua Lipa was great because I believe she played all of the mermaid Barbies. Sharon Rooney, M.A.C.E, Kate McKinnon. I mean, so many came in to play Barbie. And then at the same time, you have a lot of actors coming in to portray Ken, which the primary one that we're going to spend time with is Ryan Gosling, and the primary Barbie we spend time with is Margot Robbie. But their chemistry, what they're given, just works. And I think that's what really works, or at least worked for me with Barbie, is the cast and the roles that they play were just really fun to watch. I mean, there's so many moments that had me laughing. You get the emotional moments as well, especially near the end, that pull at the heartstrings. So this is one of those movies where I was both laughing, smiling, crying. Like, all the emotions were just coming through. One of the standout performances for me was Michael Cera as Alan. So Alan is Ken's best friend, and he had so much fun with this role. He got a lot more screen time than I was expecting, which was so nice. He plays a pretty crucial role throughout the movie, which is great. But let's go into what didn't quite work for me in Barbie. It's really once we get into the real world. So once we get, especially closer to the third act, things just felt a bit rushed. There are a lot of moments where I understand the ideas and the message of what Greta was going for, but when you get to the moments where Barbie goes to Mattel and meets the boardroom, a lot of that storyline just didn't feel very thought out. It just felt rushed. It almost felt like it was moments that were just a little too silly. It just kind of lost the story, like part of the story that I needed there. So it just became these silly moments that I didn't think would need to be in the movie. Especially this, I don't know, there are moments that make sense to be in the dream world, but then there's like some moments, like we get a car chase scene in the real world that just, I don't know, it just didn't land for me. And I get that so much of this is supposed to be kind of just silly in a way, but I think the real world story parts could have been changed a bit. But we get some great moments with, you know, Barbie's basically trying to find her owner in a way. She knows that she's connected to someone. You get this moment that Barbie knows that Barbie's a toy. Barbie has someone that plays with Barbie. So you have a connection. So whatever that person is going through, it's kind of trickled down into Barbie, and which is why she's having some of these thoughts. So we do get some of those. That's part of the story, is for Barbie to go find like who's been playing with her and figure out like why are we going through this existential crisis. And some of that is very interesting. The way they kind of structured it for Barbie to find who that person is. I wasn't really sure how they're going to do that. And it's like one of those moments where I'm still thinking about like, did it really, really work? But maybe after a second watch, we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, it was some weird moments that just didn't play out for me there. But as a whole, I thought Barbie was a lot of fun. It's one I would watch again. Just everything from like the set designs to a lot of the dialogue given with Barbie and Ken was really fun. It's the songs that they created, just the Kenergy that you get throughout the movie. It definitely makes for a good time, a good watch. So yeah, that's Barbie. Again, I wouldn't say it's like by far the perfect movie, but I think it's a great summer release. It's one I never expect we'd get. And I had no clue what to expect going into it. But overall, I liked it. I'd watch it again. Few things in the movie just didn't vibe with me, mostly story wise, and some of the characters I just wish their role was a little bit more thought out and they were given more. Because we'll get into this with Oppenheimer, because with Oppenheimer it was like a totally different experience in terms with the amount of cast that we had in that and the roles that they were given. But anyway, Barbie, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. Let me know, what did you think of Barbie? It's one of these, like, would they make a sequel? I don't know. Does it need a sequel? Don't think so. I think for what it is, it's great. And, it's one, I don't know if anyone ever expected we'd get a Barbie movie like this, but it's here. So once again, thank you so much for checking the channel out. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'll be back soon to talk about Oppenheimer and catch up on a lot of movies, because I know I've been away, been doing summertime with the family, vacationing. You can see I'm working on The Office. Posters are not really here right now, but I've got a couch. So I may be rearranging this studio and get it finished. Hopefully this year would be great. But again, thanks so much. Let's get me to 100 subscribers. I believe at the time I'm recording this, I'm at 89, so would love to hit 100 this year. So be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. That'd mean the world to me. And I'll be back very soon to talk about more movies, including Oppenheimer.